Mr. Isaac started sleeping with a woman and he started bringing my son around her. He brought my son to a hotel with this woman.
So have you ever earned any profit from the business school?
No. I drive a 2013 Honda Civic with 300,000 miles on it.
Ms. Vaughn, what's the child's name?
Owen Isaac.
And how old is he?
1.
And who does he live with?
He lives with me Monday through Friday, and he goes with Mr. Isaac Friday evening to Sunday.
Till Monday.
Sorry, till Monday. He drops him off Monday.
Don't interrupt. She can talk for herself.
And Ms. Vaughn, did Mr. Isaac sign a document when your child was born saying that he's the father?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you hear those agreements that I just read out into the record?
Yes.
Do you agree with those terms?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as conservatorship goes, do you believe you and Mr. Isaac can make decisions for your son together?
I would like to be the primary decision maker.
But do you believe you and Mr. Isaac can communicate about those decisions together?
No, not all of them. No.
And why is that?
To me, sometimes Mr. Isaac does not make the decisions in the best interest of our son. I make all of his doctor's appointments. I've set up any daycares that he's ever went to. He's went to 2 daycares so far, and I set both of them up. I take him to all his doctor's appointments. When me and Mr. Isaac split and we had miscommunication, Mr. Isaac started sleeping with a woman and he started bringing my son around her. He brought my son to a hotel with this woman, and we spoke about not doing that. We even have a notarized document in court about different things that Mr. Isaac cannot do and I cannot do, such as bringing my son out the state without my knowledge. And same goes with him. He brought my son to Houston without my knowledge, and it was a turnaround trip. My son is only 1, and these type of things that I would like to know about. So those are some of the things that he does without my knowledge. And as far as us making decisions together, he has a different mind frame than I do, and sometimes we don't always agree. And my decisions are always in the best interest of my child. Not to say that his aren't, but sometimes I feel like he makes decisions based on his needs first.
So why do you think Mr. Isaac shouldn't be involved in having a say in decisions for the child?
Simply because he doesn't make any decisions now, and I make all the primary decisions, and I just think that when he does make decisions, they are sometimes rash.
And has Mr. Isaac tried to be involved in making decisions for your son, or have you just made all of those without his input?
I asked him to help me, and he does not in an adequate amount of time, and he does not help me in an adequate amount of time, such as looking for a daycare, finding a doctor. I do all those things. I've tried to get his input on it, and not to say that he does not have some input in some places, but it's not an adequate enough time frame that I need to find those people.
Okay. Would you be in agreement to be appointed a sole managing conservator with Mr. Isaac?
Excuse me?
Ms. Vaughn, are you in agreement to be a joint managing conservator, or are you requesting to be a sole managing conservator?
I like to be the sole conservator.
And are you in agreement to decide where your child primarily lives in Dallas or any surrounding county?
Am I?
Yes.
Yes. Am I in agreement? Say it again. I'm sorry.
Are you in agreement to designate your child's primary residence in Dallas or any surrounding county?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know if Mr. Isaac's employed?
He owns 2 businesses.
And what kind of businesses does he own?
He owns 2 barber schools.
Okay. And do you know how much he earns with those businesses?
I don't. I know that he's told me before that his mother is on the ownership of the building, but his mother speaks no English. She has no dealings with the financial part of the business, but I have documentation that he's posted that each student is 8,000 to 10,000 per student. He just raised his tuition, but he stated with the other guy, he only makes 21,000 a year.
And do you know how many students he has at his barber school?
At each one, it may be a total of 15. I'm not certain. I don't know. That's why I say I don't know.
Okay, and so we did calculate child support on the income that Mr. Isaac reported to us. We've calculated child support at $296 per month. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't agree with that.
And why is that?
It's 2023, and I think at least $350 is a reasonable amount accommodation. I pay for diapers for the daycare and for my home, which I can take care of my home, but I pay for diapers and all the needs at the daycare, transportation, all those things are done.
And the daycare, how much are you paying for that?
No, I don't pay for the daycare. I pay for everything that is given to the daycare. So I get child care assistance as of right now.
Okay. And so you're wanting the court to set the child support at $350 per month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness. The state calls the father, Mr. Isaac. Will you state your name?
My name is Zakur Isaac.
And Mr. Isaac, did you send a document when your son was born saying that you're his father?
Yes, that is correct.
And did you hear those agreements I read out in the very beginning?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Do you still agree with those terms?
I agree that apparently there's only one term that was reached. I just want to confirm, which was for medical, essentially, and I also I guess standard visitation.
Yes, I just,
agree with that.
Mr. Isaac, those terms I read out were agreed by you and the mother, so I just want to make sure you're still in agreement with them.
As in regards to visitation as well as the medical support, correct?
I read out a couple of things. I'll just do it again. So we are asking Ms. Vaughn to carry government insurance, for you to pay medical support of $79, for you to have a standard possession schedule, and then no retroactive child medical or dental support.
Yes.
Okay. And are you employed right now?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you do?
I'm a barber educator.
Okay. And you own the barber school?
I do not. My mother is actually the owner.
And so you work for your mom?
That is correct.
And how much do you get paid?
$21,000
Is that per year?
per year.
And so how much is the tuition per student at your school?
The tuition per student is actually just about to go up today to $10,000.
And how many students do you have enrolled?
In total, we have a total of 11 students enrolled, but we have a total of 3 instructors. We had 4 instructors. We're looking at getting a third one to come on board right now. In Tyler, we only have 4 students currently enrolled right now, and we offer extended financing. So some of our students pay as low as $435 a month, and we have some students who are actually behind on payment.
So there's a business in Dallas and one in Tyler?
There's one in Waco as well as one in Tyler.
Okay, just to clarify, will you list the cities that you have the businesses in?
I'm actually just a barber educator for Madison Barber Style School. I rotate between both locations, and we're located in Waco and Tyler, Texas.
Okay. And when the students enroll in the program, how long is the program?
It's anywhere from 6 to 18 months.
Okay.
It all depends on their payment schedule. So we have some students who can only afford $435 a month. So they are on an 18-month enrollment track.
Okay. And you said you make $21,000 per year?
Yes.
And is that, how is that calculated, based on the amount of students you're teaching?
Nope. It's just a base pay. Business is barely making any money. The ultimate goal is accreditation. For any educational institution, a private institution doesn't make money until accreditation. So we have to basically get paid, underpaid for our value for the long haul, which Jasmine has been aware of that. I'm kind of in shock by some of this today, but because
So
we had a prior agreement for $250.
do you know how much the business is making a year?
Approximately in terms of profit, approximately 15,000, which that's my mother. She gets the profit.
Okay, and so if the profit goes to your mom, and there's nothing left over, how are you paid?
As an instructor, I get paid as one of the instructors as a part of the team.
Okay, so have you ever earned any profit from the business school?
No.
Okay.
I drive a 2013 Honda Civic with 300,000 miles on it.
Do you have any other children?
Yes, I do. I have a daughter, Madison.
And how old is she?
She is 7 years old.
Is she your biological daughter?
That is correct.
Does she live with you or the other parent?
The other parent.
Okay, and do you have a child support order for her?
I'm actually in the process of doing it right now. We've actually just filed a petition with my attorney in Alabama. That's been a long-standing child custody battle. I had to fight a TPR, if y'all familiar with that, as well as a petition for step-parent adoption.
So we have calculated child support based on $21,000 annually, and that gets you child support of $296 per month. Do you agree or disagree with that amount?
I agree.
Okay. And as far as conservatorship goes, are you requesting to be a joint managing conservator?
That is correct.
Do you believe you and Ms. Vaughn can make decisions for your son together?
That is the goal. That is my wishes.
And have you tried to be involved in making decisions for your son in the past?
Yes, I have. He was moved without I was informed I had to move from Tyler to Waco specifically for him. In the same day I was moving back to Waco, he was moved to Dallas without my knowledge.
And so,
and I have taken him to doctor's appointments. There's documentation. I've taken him to at least 4 different doctor's appointments.
and are you wanting your input on any major decisions in his life to be considered by Ms. Vaughn?
Absolutely.
And do you believe you can make good decisions for your son?
Absolutely.
And are you in agreement with Ms. Vaughn being the parent to decide where your son primarily lives and have to reside in Dallas or any surrounding county?
No.
And
primarily because imagine your child being moved without your notice. You was informed to move from any city to another city, and the day you're moving, your child is being moved to another city. So it's kind of hard after that happened.
Mr. Isaac, where are you living now?
In Waco, Texas, per Jasmine's request.
And when did you move to Waco?
August 8th, the same day she moved to Dallas.
And where you were living in Tyler before?
That is correct.
Okay. And Miss Vaughn and the child have been living in Dallas since August of last year then, is that right?
August of last year, that's correct. Okay. Since the day I moved to Waco.
Okay, and so we're requesting that she and the child have to stay in the DFW area.
That's correct.
Are you in agreement with that?
That's correct.
Okay, I'll pass the witness.
All right, I'll approve the agreement y'all made. I'm not going to do a geographic restriction if y'all live in 2 different areas. That doesn't make any sense. That I would require Ms. Vaughn to stay in Dallas or contiguous counties when you don't live in the DFW area. I understand there's a dispute as to why that happened, but that's mainly reserved where both people live in the same area. So I'm not going to do a geographic restriction. As far as conservatorship is concerned, there's no reason to have a sole managing conservatorship. We're doing a joint managed conservatorship where both of y'all need to consult each other regarding decisions regarding your child. It shouldn't be that hard. Y'all need to figure out a better way to communicate with each other than what y'all done before. Hopefully this order will help a little. But y'all have to be able to communicate a lot better. As far as child support is concerned, I don't believe that your income is only $21,000. I don't know what it is exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if you think that I'm not a very smart person, but that doesn't make sense. Setting child support at $400 a month based on your potential to make income. I think that's a fair amount. We're not talking about $1,000 a month. Ms. Vaughn's not asking for some exorbitant amount of money. She could be saying, okay, I want $1,200 a month or something like that. She's just asking for a little help. I don't think $400 is unreasonable. So $400 a month. All payments must be paid through the child support office. If they're not paid through the child support office, they do not count. So make sure that since you're self-employed, that you're sending in the payments through the child support office. The Attorney General's office is going to draft a court order. In that order, will have details about how to make your payment. If you have questions about how to make a payment, you can always call the Attorney General's office. They'll be glad to help you. If you're a W-2 employee, then they will send a withholding order that they will need to take out of your check, like your taxes and things like that. All right, they will email you a copy. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
You know,